Welcome to Ivy Computer Education online session. In this session, we'll see how to write a simple program. So here I'm using Dev C++ compiler. Using this compiler, we'll see how to execute the program, how to run, how to compile and all. First one, I'll go for File, New, click on Source File. So according to the syntax, first we have to include the header file. So this is the standard header file which takes standard input output functions. So if I declare this stdio.h which takes all the standard input output function, that is nothing but printf and scanf. So I need one user defined function, that is main. This is a user defined function where user can write all the codings within this main block. This is the opening declarative statement. It indicates from here onwards the coding will start compiling. So I want to display one simple statement. So if I want to interact anything with the output device, we need here output statement is printf. C is case sensitive. Everything we have to write it in lowercase. All the user defined statement must enclose with double quotes. Each and every statement must end with semicolon. I'm writing one more statement. So these are the two statements I want to display in the output screen. So the next step is I have to save the program. File, go to save. You can give any file name, but it must end with .c. .c is the file extension I'm saving. So I can take your sample.c. Anything you can save. After saving your program, the next step is I have to compile. I have to cross check whether any error is there or not. So I'll go for here, execute. We have shortcut key. You can use F9, compile to check whether any errors are there. See, it will show no errors, no warning. See, sample.c is my file. Once if you compile, see it is executing. Exe file is there. So it is generating an exe file. Now my program is ready to run. It is showing how many seconds it took for compilation, what is the output size, how many bytes you have written the code, everything it is there. The next step is execution. Go to execute. You want to do at a time compile and run, you can go for this. Now already I have compiled, I'll go for run. See in this, can you make out, we have both all the statements, whatever I have written, both the printf statements, it's coming in single line. Printf represent only for printing purpose. It doesn't indicate it should come in new line. Every printf, it should go to new line. It doesn't indicate. So for that, here we have some escape sequence character. So what are those escape sequence characters? You want to display any information in next line, I have to use /n. /n represent new line. So before going to print C is developed by Dennis Ritchie, cursor is placed in next line. Now you see that each and every time when you do any modification, so we have to do compile and run. Save, compile and run. See now you can make out the difference. Now we have C programming in one line and C is developed by Dennis Ritchie in another line. So I have used escape sequence character. With the help of that, I can place the cursor wherever I want before printing. So we have one more escape sequence character is /t. So what does the /t it will do? Means it will take tab space. So it will take a space between each and every word. So totally it will take 8 space. See here. So before printing each and every line, every word, So I want to go with the tab space. See, it's your wish. Wherever you want to use new line /t, you can decide. See. So wherever I have used /n, it is placing the cursor to next line. If I use /t, see, it is taking tab space. So based on your user requirement, you can display the output. Now in case if I miss the semicolon, we'll compile. See, can you make out here the error it's showing in line number 5? See, exactly it is not in the same line. You see that. Expected semicolon before the printf. So before the line number 5, I have a printf statement for that semicolon is required. In case if I don't use double quotes. Now you see what error it will come. See here. It's showing line number 4. Missing terminating character. So don't see other errors and all. First error you see. So each and every string must be terminated with double quotes. If I miss that closing declarative statement. Expected declaration statement at the end of input. So at the end of the program, you have missed the declarative statement. See, debugging the program is also very important. So we have to follow the set of rules. Every statement must end with semicolon. All the statement must enclose with double quotes. So declarative statement must be given properly. All these are the basic rules of C program. We'll see one more program. Now, example, I want to display the output like this. This is the pattern what I'm giving. I want to display the output like this. We'll see how to do it. This is the pattern I want to display. We'll see. See, in printf, whatever I write, it will come. If I put star, star, it will be printed. But I want the star, many stars are there. And each star is placed in different places. Now, before printing the star, I have to take 2 space. So, I'm inserting 2/t for 2 space. The next one. I have to go for new line. In that, I have 1 space followed by star. Each star is separated by space. The next one. New line. I don't have any space. Directly I have star. And I have totally 5 stars are there. Each star is separated by space. So whatever you give in printf, it will display as it is. So we'll see this pattern, how it will come. So can you make out this pattern? So using the escape sequence character, you can display that statement however we want. So I have given set of assignments related to that. So next one we'll see, I want to display the output like this. This is the pattern. I want to display the computer in this pattern. We'll see how to do it. So I have C. See, I can print everything in single line only. So to make it to understand, I'm writing in different printf. Otherwise, in one printf statement only, I can write multiple statements. So I have to go for new line. And 1 space is there. Oh. Again, printf /n. I have 2 space. M. Printf /n. I have 3 space. P. Again, I have new line. followed by 3 space U, new line. So followed by 2 space T, new line, followed by 1 space E, new line, no space, directly I am giving R. Now we'll see this output. See, can you make out the output? Now, I can write everything in single line only. Instead of using multiple print statement, no? See, so I can define everything in single line. So it is our wish. Based on our requirement, you can define whether you want in single line. Only to make it if I write in different print statements so that it will be very easy to understand. Instead of mixing everything in one line. Output is same. It will not change if I write in multiple lines or a single line. Let's see. See, the output is same. See here, in some program, in some compiler. So we required here is get we require. So why this get get a character? When before I end the program, actually in Dev C++, we don't require this get function. But if you are using other compiler, we need this get function. What does this get it will do? Get a character from the keyboard. When, see, if I run the program, now the cursor is waiting. Means what? Is cursor is waiting for user to press any key in the keyboard. Then only this output screen will be closed. Till user press one character in the keyboard, the output screen will not be closed. See, if I press any key in the keyboard, it is getting closed. But here, get is by default, it will be there in every program. Even though if I don't use this get, in Dev C++ compiler, by default, see cursor is automatically, it will be blinking before I end the program. But if I use other compilers, example, if I take Turbo C, in that, get must be compulsory. If I don't use get, no, so we cannot see the output screen. So it will go, it will display immediately the output screen getting closed. So to avoid that, till user press any key, the output screen should not be closed. So that's why we are using get before ending the program. So if I want to use get, I need one header file, console input output. That is nothing but conio.h. To use this get function, I need this header file. To use printf, I need this stdio.h. But in Dev C++, this header file and this function is not required because by default it is implemented. We'll see some more program. So I have given set of assignments to solve for same thing for patterns. Next one, we'll see simple program using printf and scanf. We'll see. So I have declared here a int is a data type, a is a variable, 10 is a value. So I'm assigning 10 to a. Now I want to print this a value. So how to print this a value? Printf percentage %d a. So what it represents whenever you want to print any value. So we have to define the format specifier for integer. So I have already given in the data type list, we have a format specifier for each and every data type. Percentage %d is the format specifier and a is the variable where we have stored the value. So when you are printing the value, don't give any double quotes. This is one way. No, I want to print along with the statement. So before percentage %d, I'm having one statement here. The value of a is. So before displaying the value, I'll have one statement. Percentage %d, it will not show in the output screen. Percentage %d indicates you are going to take one integer value which is stored in a. Now, otherwise, I want a simple statement. You can just put a equals. See, whatever you define within double quotes, it will print as it is in the output screen. So whatever we have displayed without double quotes, it is a value. So whatever the value you have assigned for it, that value will be printed. So already have given this 10 is belongs to a and a is belongs to integer type. Will run. See, I can display this value in 3 different ways. So one is without statement, one is having long statement, and one is having the short statement. We'll see one more program. In case if I define a decimal value for a. So I've already given int represent for an integer whole number only. But still I'm giving some decimal values. We'll see what will happen. First we'll compile. We don't have any errors. The first thing you have to know is for integer, if I define any decimals, it is not giving any error. Then we have to see the output. See, it is taking only integer part. For int data type, even though if I assign any decimal value, it will not take any of the decimals. It will take only the whole number. No, in case I have to go for decimal value. So in case if I want to display the decimal value, I have to go with float data type. So I have given here many decimals I have given, totally 7 decimal places I have given, but float can take only 6 decimal values. So if I give A, it will display all the 6 decimals, even though if I give more. Percentage .2f represent I want only 2 places, 2 decimals. 4f, I want 4 decimals. See, if I give percentage %f is a format specifier to print the float value. A is the value, whatever we have stored, it will display as it is, but it will take only 6 decimals. Now I want to cut off to 2 or 3, I can use percentage .2f. 0.4f, it will take only 4 places. Compile, no error, compile and run. See here, it is taking only 6 places. Here only 2 places and here 4 places. Next one, we'll see how to print the character. We have seen integer type and now we'll go with character type. Now, so char is a data type. It can take only one character. Any character in the keyboard, but it must enclose with single quotes. Now, So percentage C is the format specifier for character. I'm printing the character whatever we have saved. So it will show the character whatever we have typed. It will show the value it is stored. Means I can give A only. See, A is a variable. Variable, I have given the set of rules. It can be any character followed by numbers. It can have some underscore. You can have your own name also you can give. Now A is a variable. This A is a value. This variable is your wish. You can define whatever you want, you can define. See, the given character is A. We'll see some example for printf and scanf. Because till now what we are using, just defining the value and we are printing. We'll try to read the value from the user. See if I give int A. So what will happen? By default, the A is initializes to 0. So data type is int, A is a variable, but value is 0. I'm not initialized any value because I want to read the value from the user. So I'll ask the user, printf, enter a number. This is only for user understanding purpose. So what they supposed to type? They have to type a character or number. This is one int, it will be given for the user what they supposed to write once if they run the program. Now, enter a number means number will not come. Now I have to interact with the keyboard. For that I'm using scanf. So scanf represent you can interact with input device, that is nothing but keyboard. In keyboard what you supposed to type? An integer. For that format specifier is %d. So I'm going to read integer number. So now you can type any integer number in the keyboard. Where to keep? I want to store it in A. So A is having one basic address will be there. So once if you declare int A, automatically one address will be stored. So I am giving here ampersand A. So what it represents means the symbol is called ampersand A, nothing but address of A. So I'm going to read an integer number. I want to save it in the address of A, because once if you give int A, by default one address will be allocated in the memory but no value. Now what I want to store the value, whatever I'm entering in the keyboard, it should go to the address of A. So it will be saved permanently in my system. I want to read it back. Printf A equals. So again I'm reading the value from the address. So this is for asking the user what they supposed to type. Scanf represent you can interact in keyboard to type a number. Print the value whatever you have stored in the memory for A. We'll see. See, it is asking. This is my first printf statement. Now scanf, it will not do anything. I have to type a number here. I'm typing a number. Now this it will show the value. Why I have to give that last printf? I can see there only whatever I'm typing is. Sometime what will happen? It is asking for number. By seeing that statement also I'm typing whatever I like. See, that time I can confirm, okay, whatever I'm typing it is not stored. So it will store only the number. Now if I give some range. See, depend upon your processor, even the range also it will differ. For 16-bit processor, one range. If it is 32-bit processor, one range of integer will be there. If it is 64, one range will be there. So depend upon your processor, it will take the integer range. We'll see for float, but I want to read two different numbers. Float A, B. So A and B are variable. We don't have any values. I'm asking the user enter a value for A and B. Scanf, two format specifier. One is for A and one is for B. Then I'm printing A equals, it will take the value of A. Then cursor is placed in next line. B equals, then it will take the value of B. So if I want one variable cannot hold multiple values. In A only I cannot take multiple values. So if I want multiple values, I need multiple variables. So if I want 3, I have to declare A, B, C. So for each variable, I need different format specifier. While printing also, if I have two variables, two format specifier, while reading also two format specifier is compulsory. So one it will take the value of A and another one it will take the value of B. We'll run and see. See, I got the values of both A and B. In case, while running the program, I'll not give any decimals. I'll just give only 3. I'll give only 4. See, by default, it will take 6 decimals. Float, it will take by default 6 decimals, no? Next one. We'll go for how to read and print the character. So, char A. So, if I define character, remember, it can take only one character of anything in the keyboard. It can be plus or minus, enter, anything. Percentage C is a format specifier. Store the character, whatever we have entered. Keyboard. Now, so it will show the character, whatever we have entered. Now, the character, whatever we have entered, I have told you each and every character is having an ASCII value. I want to see the ASCII value. ASCII value is what? Number type. Now, the same character, if I print it in percentage %D format, see, first one, if I give percentage %C, it will take the character only. But same character, if I'm using percentage %D, what will happen is, it will take the integer format of the character. Nothing but, we have a value for every character. Value is nothing but number. So I want to know the number which is given for the character. I can print it in percentage %D format specifier. So enter a character. See, I'm giving A. See, the character what you have entered is A. But we have some ASCII value, no? So this is the ASCII value for that character. It is not only an alphabet, you can use anything. See, I'm using one special character star. See, it will show that output. Now, if I give here plus, this is the ASCII value of that. Even enter is also a character. So you have to be careful whenever you are enter a character. If I press plus, enter. See, this is the ASCII value for enter. No, I like to type some group of characters, but see the output. So it will take only the first character, whatever you have entered. So even though if I write group of characters, it will ignore, it will give preference for the first character, whatever we have typed. So these are the simple programs I have given, I have shown you.